Hey guys, I hope we're all doing okay. I hope everyone is doing well. How is my voice? How is my not my voice, my sound? How's the sound? How's the video? Do I look okay? Is everybody I need to fix my string. Hold on. Am I good? Okay, I think I'm good. All right, well, let's take a look at the chat. Let's see who's here. Comments. Okay. So Lucifer says, I can hear you twice. Everything is great. Awesome. Okay, Lucifer, I'm gonna assume that it's just you. I'm gonna assume that you're the only one that is having trouble. Okay, everything's good. Well, guys, how are we? It has been, this is, is Crispy here? Crispy, are you here? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So how is your quarantine going? Most of you are in Turkey. If you're in Turkey, tell me, how is your quarantine going? Your 3 weeks of lockdown. How is lockdown going? I want you guys to let me know how lockdown is going. Today is day 2. Let me know. Are you guys doing different stuff? Are you all doing just the same stuff? Are you guys working from home? Are you not working? Are you doing school from home? I miss Crispy too. I think we all miss Crispy. Crispy was the man. we got to know him so. So if anyone doesn't know who Crispy is, you're really missing out. You're really missing out. So Thailand says, I'm working every day, bruh. Alright, bruh. You work, you get that money. Alright. Talha says, I am outside, but say anybody? Talha, I don't understand you. But say anybody? I don't understand. So Talha, you should try again. You should try to write that again. I read books and watch Netflix all day. I read books and watch Netflix all day. Hey guys, I'm gonna put a comment right here in the chat, just like that. Tell me how fast you want me to speak, but say it at the end of your question. So write your question and then put a 1 or a 2 or a 3 at the end of your question. At the end of your question. Let me pin this up top. Okay, so now we're going over here. And at the end of your question, guys, at the end of your question, Fatma, at the end of your question. All right, so Ahmet says, I studied relative, guys, dinler misiniz beni? Dinler misiniz? At the end of your question. At the end of your question. Guys, we can do this. Look, you write your question, and then you put a number, and then you press enter. That's how this works, okay? All right, so let's see what everybody did today. I don't know. So Dilan says, I'm from Turkey, but I live in Paris. This is like Turkey. You mean like Paris is like Turkey? Or do you mean that like Paris is on lockdown today too, just like Turkey is on lockdown? Is that what you mean? Okay, here we go. What does if things go south mean? What does if things go south mean? That refers to things going poorly, things going badly. So if things go south, if things start to go badly, if things start to go poorly, that's what that means. Then we have another one right here. What do you do? What do you do for a living normally? Well, I've been teaching English for the past couple years. Before that, I was a guitar teacher. I played guitar in America before I came to Turkey. After I came to Turkey, I started teaching English. Well, first I did like an internship, and then I started teaching English. Joanna looks nice in her new dress. Nice değil de nicely diye olmuyor mu? Yani Türkçe sordun da bugün Türkçe yasak galiba. Türkçe mi istiyorsun? So she said nice. That's how we say it. You look nice. That's how we say that. You look nice. That's how we say it. There's no... I should have shut that door. Anyway, there's no reason for anything like that. There's no reason why it's like that. That's just what it is. That's just how we say it. All right. So, did you watch The Office? When? When? Like when? Like today? No, I didn't watch The Office today. I know what you're trying to say because I speak Turkish, but you should try to say it differently. All right. Right. So people need to understand that it's going to be just English. If they don't speak English, they won't know that just English means sadece İngilizce. That's why we have to do that. Yeah, okay. Zack Türkçe unutmaya çalışıyor. That's what I do, man. That's what I do. All right, here we go. If you had a chance to play another instrument, which instrument would you choose? Well, I think you're assuming, Umut Bey, I think you're assuming that I only play guitar, but I actually do play a couple other instruments. So I play a little bit of piano, I play a little bit of drums, I play a little bit of bass guitar. Yeah, so I play all of those. If you want another one, then I could say, what's a good, maybe a violin. Violins are really pretty. They have really pretty sound to them. All right, and then let's get Lucifer on here. I was watching Saturday Night Live, and I don't know, you made an impression of British Prime Minister. Came and said rather with his British accent, and everyone laughed, and I didn't get the joke. What was that? I don't know, man. I haven't seen that. Rather, I don't know. I have no idea what you're referring to. I don't know. No idea. Okay. So, what do you think is the best way to improve speaking? The best way to improve speaking is speaking. That's what you should do. You need to find someone with whom you can speak and practice speaking. That's how that works. That's going to be every time. Whatever you're doing in life, you just got to, whatever you want to get good at, that's what you have to do. If you want to get good at running, you have to run. If you want to get good at speaking, you have to speak. Which country were you, you could say, which country were you born in? Were you born in? Or you could say, in which country were you born? Which country were you born in is more casual, more colloquial. I was born in America. I was born in Florida. 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's how you say that in English. The little plus, that's a plus sign, and then eşittir, that's equals. Plus equals. All right. We had something right here. Yeah, I can play guitar for you guys. Let me know what you want me to play, and I will play it. Bazen I am not deniliyor, bazen ain't. Ya da buna benzer gonna. Bunlar ne oluyor? Ain't is olumsuz. It's how does negative? Yeah, it's negative. So for example, instead of saying I'm not going, I could say I ain't going. But it's not good English. It's very kind of yobaz English. It's like not very good English. So in English, we have this term redneck. It refers to people who are like backwoods country people, not very educated. It's that kind of English. It's typically associated with those people. So you will hear it, but you probably don't want to use it. Gonna is like going to. I'm going to is I'm gonna. So you could say I'm not going to. That would be I ain't gonna. All right. So, do you have suggestions for preparing for the SAT? There are practice tests. There are practice SAT tests. You could take one of those. You could take a practice test and see how you're doing. Get off the bus. What? Get the bus off? Why is this sentence incorrect? It's not necessarily incorrect. If you're trying to say like autobusten in or something like that, then yes, it's not that. So that would be get off the bus. Get off the bus. Yeah, this is just something different. This is just a different. For example, if the bus gets stuck on something, you could say get the bus off of that thing. So here we go. Are you thinking about coming to Kocaeli? Not right now because of the the quarantine, but I can maybe afterward. So let me know, Vatican. We'll talk. Once upon a time, Zack. Where did you get this picture? Where? I don't even have that picture. I do not know. I don't have that picture on my computer. I have no idea where you got that picture. That's me, by the way. That long-haired guy, that's me when I was 21 or 20. 1993. Yeah, I was 20 years old in that picture. Yeah, so, yes. I did have hair at one time in my life. Yes, that is me. Yes, that is me. Which countries did you travel to, and which is your favorite? Are you asking which countries I have traveled to? Which countries have you traveled to? Or are you asking about a specific time? Are you asking about a specific time period? If so, tell me which one. And if not, then you can ask your question like, which countries have you traveled to? I have been to a bunch of countries in Europe, and then also Egypt, Ethiopia, and Thailand, and then the Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Liechtenstein, the Czech Republic, stuff like that. Which one was my favorite? I loved Thailand. I love spicy food. I love Asian food, so Thailand is just fantastic. Actually, but you know what? I really love Ethiopian food now, like more than anything. I like food. I'm a big fan of food. Okay. When should we bet what? Oh, you're asking the difference between past tense and present perfect tense. Well, hold on. This was a great example. Okay, so Asuman said, "Which countries did you travel to?" Okay, let's do it differently. If I were to say, "I went to 3 countries," I went to 3 countries. The listener would assume that I went to them on the same vacation, or back to back, or in the same month or in the same week, that they are somehow connected, that I went to this country and then this country and then this country. But if I were to say, I have been to 3 countries, that means in my lifetime, I have been to 3 different countries. Since I have been alive, in total, I have been to 3 countries. If I say I went to 3 countries, that means like at the same time, the same trip, the same vacation, or something like that. Okay, let's go down here. İngilizce zorbu. Yeah, I think so. Zack abi, you're speaking like pregnant English teachers. I'm not sure what you're going for. Trilogy, sexology. You're gonna have to let me know what you're going for. Zack, do you think you can improve? Zack, do you think you can improve your Turkish skills? A little bit, probably not much. Well, I guess I could. I would just have to practice a lot. And I live alone. You know, so my girlfriend's Turkish, but I don't see her every day. We typically text. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so if she and I get married, then I guess my Turkish would probably get a lot better. But right now, I live alone. I mean, I don't, there's a pandemic. It's I guess I could learn a bunch of new words or something, but right now, it would be difficult. All right, here we go. Can you talk about pronunciation of... Yeah, so typically that's pronounced like a J sound, like a j, with an English R, not a Turkish R. Turkish R's are different, but with an English R, so like dream. Those words are dream, and drink. Have you had culture shock when you... So you want to say, did you have culture shock when you moved here? Did you have culture shock when you moved here? Because you're talking about a specific time. At this time, did you have culture shock? If you wanted to say, in your life, have you ever had culture shock? Then you could say have. But because you're talking about a specific time, it's did. Did you have culture shock? No, not really. I didn't really see a lot of difference between American and Turkish stuff. You really have to dig deep to see the differences. There's not a lot of surface level differences between, like, New York and Istanbul. I guess there are, but to see the differences, you really have to dig deep. Yayını beğenin arkadaşlar. That's good advice. I think you should all like the yayın, the stream. Let me see, how many people have liked the stream right now? 69 people have liked the stream. Şu an 69 kişi bunu beğendi. Ama şu an 200 kişi izliyor. Hadi herkes gelin bir tıklasın ve devam edelim. Alright, so soru sormak istiyorum. Okay. So, I'm sorry, Luna. I can't help you. Which Cem Yılmaz show do you like? I watched the Fundamentals show in its entirety. I actually used it to improve my Turkish a couple years ago. So yeah, I like his Fundamentals series. What was the strangest thing that you what is the strangest thing that you have ever encountered in Turkey? The strangest thing that I've ever encountered in Turkey. I really need to shut that door, but it's too late. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Can you ask me a more specific question, Güven? Can you ask me a more specific question? I can't, that's too broad. It's too broad. Can you narrow the scope of the question? So, exposure. What does exposure mean? What does exposure mean? So, exposure, for example, like if I go lay outside, if I go lay down outside, if I go like sunbathing, I'm getting exposed to the sun. The sun rays are hitting me. Or if I, for example, if I go to France and I start hearing French, the French language, I am exposed to the French language for the first time. Overexposure would be to do that too much, like to do it so much that it's bad, like that it's a bad thing. Overexposure means it's a negative, so much that it's negative. Dinlemek mi, yazmak mı? I need context. Zeynep'cim, I need context. What are you talking about? What's the context? I don't know what's going on. Okay. Hey Zack, what do you think about FK language? He's great. Yeah, he has. I don't watch his videos, but he's a cool guy. My first like 500 followers came from his channel because we did a video together. So like almost a year ago, so like 10 months ago, he and I did a video together. and my first 600 or 700 followers came from him. So I like him. He's great, and he's a cool guy. He's fun to talk to. He's cool guy. Okay. How to say sevdiğim kişinin şöyle bir sözü var. Sevdiğim kişinin şöyle bir sözü var. Sevdiğim kişi derken yani the person that I love mı diyor yani the person that I so for example, if my grandpa has like a saying, I would say this. My grandpa used to say, or my mother would always say, my mother would say, my mother says, my grandpa always says, something like that. You can say it in the past if the person is not alive, or you can say it in the present tense, simple present tense, if they are alive. Okay. Zack, what should I do? I usually use prepositions wrong. You should pay attention to how prepositions are used in the things that you are doing to improve your English. So if you are watching videos or reading books, whatever you're doing to improve your English, you should pay attention to how prepositions are being used, and try to remember them, try to memorize them. Pay attention to how prepositions are used. Zack, it was raining. Ve it had been raining. Arasında nasıl bir fark var? Hangi durumda hangisi doğru olur? Well, it was raining. It had been raining. Okay, so it was raining. It was raining. Okay, yeah. So right now, I am telling a story. Okay, right now I am telling a story. And my story takes place yesterday. I could say, yesterday it was raining. So this is now. Or let's do it over here. This is now, the present. This is yesterday. And I could say, yesterday it was raining. In the present, I'm telling a story, and I say, yesterday at 5 o'clock it was raining. But I could also tell a story and say, yesterday it had been raining. At 5 o'clock it was not raining, but it had been raining previously or prior. So it had been would be the past of the past, but like perfect, like a continuous tense. Yeah, so yesterday at 5 o'clock it was not raining, but it had been raining. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, let me know and I'll explain it in Turkish. Or I'll try. I don't know if I can. Ayşegül, how are you? I am from Turkey. You. All right. I need some. Ayşegül, canım. I need some periods. This is 3 sentences. How are you? Question mark. I am from Turkey. Period. You. Help me out. I'm from America, and yeah, I'm doing great. Nazar, have you ever watched The Office? I watched The Office for a college class, and in college, a management class. It was like what not to do. So it was like what not to do in your management position. So yes, I have watched 1 or 2 episodes of The Office. Is it hard to learn che, yumuşak ge, and i letters for foreigners? So the i is not hard for English speakers. Che is not hard for English speakers. The that is difficult for English speakers. I still don't really do it right. And yumuşak ge, I don't think yumuşak ge it doesn't really have a sound. So the is hard for English speakers, for American English speakers, but not necessarily for everyone. For example, I think French has like an sound in it. So it probably wouldn't be difficult for them. Zeynep, why didn't you choose to great European countries? I'm so curious because their currency is better than the Turkish lira. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so, I mean, I have money in dollars, and dollars are much more, they have a lot more buying power here than they do in other places. So, is English more difficult than Turkish? I would say yes, because of the, what is that called? İstisnalar. What is that in English? Exceptions? Exception? No, not exception. There's another one. I can't think of the word, so I'm going to say exception. There's exceptions to every rule. So everything is düzensiz. I promise I can't think of anything but Turkish words tonight. Irregular. So everything is irregular, and there's lots of exceptions to every rule. So I definitely think that at least when it comes to grammar, English would be a lot more difficult than Turkish, because there's exceptions to everything. Like everything. Like in English, so in Turkish, you want to learn plural. All right, so we have telefon. All right, you want to make it plural? Telefonlar. That's it. Lot, let. It's over. That's plural. It's over. You know, here's a cüzdanlar. That's it. It's over. For English, sometimes you have an S, sometimes you have an ES, sometimes you have an S. You have like horses, but then you have rats. Sometimes, so deer doesn't change, but it's like child goes to children. It's crazy. But in Turkish, it's just lot, you know. So I definitely think that English is easier in that respect. Zack abi no reklam mı yapıldı? Where's I don't know much about this situation, so I cannot comment. These pictures are on Reverb Nation. Do I have a Reverb Nation account? I don't even. Yeah, I do, don't I? Wow, I haven't touched it in years. I have to go look at that. It's still there? Wow. Yeah. So you can go see some of my old music. Yeah, I did a cover of Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, and then I did a bunch of original songs. So you guys can all go listen to my music. What is the thing you hate most in America? Oh, there's so much. There's so much to hate about every country, and there's so much to love about every country. It's hard to really just pick one. So in America, there are two political parties, or there's two large political parties, and people blindly pick one or the other, and that's it. They don't think. They just pick a party, and then that party tells them what to think, right? So there are very few people that say, I'm a little bit on the left, and I'm a little bit on the right, and I like this party's whatever policy, and I like this party's whatever policy. There are very few people that do that. About, I don't know, 95% of the people who actually are interested in politics are either completely on the left or completely on the right, and they're all idiots. They're all freaking morons. They're all stupid, and you can tell them I said that. Okay. So Lucifer says that my music was good. Wonderful. Zekabe, what makes you happy? Oh, Zack, what makes you happy when you are so pissed off? I don't really get angry. 1984. I don't really get angry. I'm very in control of my emotions. Yeah, I don't really get angry. It's great. You should all try it. Anger is a decision. You choose to be angry, because you can just not be angry. When someone does something to you, you can just say, I'm not going to get mad. And it's okay. You don't have to get mad. Anger is a choice, and you should choose to not be angry. What do you think about the conspiracy theories related to the vaccines? I think that all of the people that I know forming these conspiracy theories are completely uneducated in biology and what's the word? Medical practice or whatever, medical health, things like that, health. I will gladly listen to someone who has some sort of scientific evidence, who's actually educated in the field, but that's not the case. That's not how it works. People just make stuff up, and then other people make stuff up that that corroborates what the other people made up, and yeah, it's all over the place. Is there any culture or tradition which is peculiar to the USA? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's peculiar to the USA. Just like there's a lot of stuff. We don't say peculiar. That's kind of weird. That is particularly American or something like that. You could say peculiar, but it's not something that I hear often. So we have holidays. So like Thanksgiving is a very American thing. Thanksgiving is a very American holiday. 4th of July is obviously an American holiday. Apart from holidays, what else do we do? Certain parts of America have particular types of food. So like slow cooked barbecue is a very American thing. You don't really see that in a lot of other places. There's a barbecue place opened up in Kadıköy for those of you who live in Istanbul. You can go to Kadıköy and get your barbecue. What else comes to mind? Music, blues music, jazz music, country music. There are a lot of different styles of music, and a lot of things developed in America that are now parts of other countries, like rap music or rock and roll music in the 50s. Yeah, lots of stuff. All right, here we go. What did this person say? Hold on. Have you ever tried boxing or martial arts? I have never tried either. I love going to the gym, so I don't want to get injured, because when I get injured, I can't go to the gym. So I don't really want to get into anything that could get me injured. Yeah, so you need someone to read what you're writing and tell you if it's good or not. So you can write, but you don't know if what you're writing is good. So you need to have someone read what you're writing and maybe correct you, tell you if you're doing it right. Have you been vaccinated? No, I have not been vaccinated because I am not old or unhealthy or in the medical field or in the tourism industry. So no, it's not my time. It's not my time. Okay. Türkçe hakkında ne düşünüyorsunuz? Turkish is a very logical language. It's almost mathematical in the way that words and sentences and sentence parts are put together. So you could say that street Turkish or slang Turkish is a little more inconsistent. But formal Turkish is very consistent, very logical, and I'm thankful that it's like that. I can't imagine if it had all the inconsistencies and irregularities that English has. Okay. Nazlı, if you could, I think you forgot to pick a word. You meant to put a word right there. If you could become any animal, which animal would you choose and why? Oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe a dog. I like dogs. Dogs love to have fun. They just like to have fun. They're not worried about anything. They just want to have fun. So maybe I could be a dog. And I just love dogs. Like, dogs are awesome. I really love dogs. Okay. How can we think in English like a native speaker? You probably can't. If you start pretty young, then maybe you can think like I don't know. So like you can't have a second native language after a certain time. Like after a certain point in your life, a language that you learn is no longer like your mother language. It's something else. It's a second language. It's distinct. So I guess if you start really early, then you can think like a native speaker in English. But after a certain point in life, your second language stays a second language. It never like becomes your mother language, as far as I can tell, based on the scientific literature. Before you came to Turkey, what did you think? Before you came to Turkey, what did you think about Turkish people and Turkey? I thought nothing about Turkish people or Turkey because I didn't know anything about Turkish people or Turkey. And because I don't know anything about them, I don't think anything about them. You should all try that. You shouldn't have thoughts about things that you don't know anything about. And if you don't have those thoughts, I'm not talking to you. All right. Is Google Translate useful? Because I sometimes use it for my homework. You don't do homeworks. It's just homework. Google Translate is just as good as the other translation softwares. The one thing that Google does is that it tries to translate whole sentences. So in that respect, Google is probably better than other translation websites or dictionaries or whatever. But it's still gonna mess up. It's still gonna say strange things sometimes. Hello, I have a question. I know Turkish of English words, but I have difficulty when translating English sentences into Turkish. What do you suggest? What should I do? Well, Kubra, I would suggest that you don't translate. If you can understand the... I know Turkish meaning of English words. So are you saying, Kubra, are you saying that you know the individual words, but you can't understand the sentence? If that's what you're saying, then you probably need to learn some grammar. That's probably where you're lacking, is in grammar. No one thinks that they're lacking in grammar. Everybody says, I know grammar. Everybody says, like, I know all the grammar I need to know. Most of them don't. Most of them are lying. So you might have some grammar difficulties, not difficulties, weaknesses. Or maybe the sentences are just too long. You need to start from something simpler. So try something simpler. Try studying some grammar. And try not to translate. If you can understand it in English, and you do understand it, then don't translate. Just understand it in English. Yes, I did that earlier in the live stream. I explained this difference earlier in the live stream. So the live stream will end in, like, I don't know, 45 minutes. Go watch, go watch the beginning, and you will hear that. I don't know. Goingst. I have no idea what that means. Zack, Emmy? Zack, I don't know what that means. What do you think about Turkish people's mentality while they're learning English? Most people, not just Turkish people, but most people see language learning as, I don't know, something that you do on paper, something that is done, yeah, with letters and ink and paper. But that's not what languages are. Languages are spoken. Languages are sound waves. Languages are cultures. So I think not just Turkish people, but the majority of people in the world approach language learning backwards, like from the wrong direction. They should understand what a language is. A language is a vehicle of communication for a particular society, and if we can use that as our starting point, then everything gets a lot easier. Aisha, Cambly's good. I used to teach on Cambly. I quit, but I used to teach on Cambly. You should all go use Cambly. I'm not sure how expensive it is, but if you can afford it, you should all go use Cambly. What is the difference between alone and on my own? I did this alone. I did this on my own. I'm alone right now. I'm on my own right now. I don't think there is a difference. If there is a difference, it's not coming to mind right now. They can definitely be used interchangeably in a lot of different sentences. Okay. If you became invisible for 10 minutes right now, what would you do? Not much. I mean, everything's closed. I don't know. Maybe I could go do something nice for somebody and then not get credit for it. That would be kind of cool. Like I could go find somebody that like needs food or something, and I could go like give them food, and they don't know where the food's coming from, so it's not like they have to thank me. Oh, thank you. I'm Jamish. Okay. All right. Do you watch any TV shows? No, I do not watch TV. I don't watch anything. I don't watch movies. I don't watch anything. Okay. All right. Let's go over here. Oh, we have a new member. Zeynep, welcome. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Do you have a question? Zeynep, if you have a question, go ahead and ask it, and I will make sure that I answer it. Okay. So, Aliyeva, Aysun. Hi, Zack. What are the differences between American and British English? Typical pronunciation. There are pronunciation differences, and some words are used differently. For the classic example is in America we say elevator, and in the United Kingdom they say lift, I think. There are some things like that. So in America we say apartment. I think over there they say flat. We don't really say flat in America. We say apartment. And then there are minor differences in like maybe usages of prepositions and whatnot. So the famous example on my YouTube channel was so in America we say on the weekend, and in England they sometimes say at the weekend. They don't say at weekend. They definitely don't say that, but they sometimes say at the weekend. So there's not a lot of differences. It's mainly pronunciation. Why did you learn Turkish? Because I live in Turkey. That's why I learned Turkish, because I live in Turkey. Let's see if Zeynep asked a question. I don't, Zeynep, if you asked a question, I don't see it. So I'm going to go answer another one. Please answer my questions. I answered your questions. Okay. How do we know the stress of every word? You know the stress of every word by listening. You just have to listen. You learn your words in the context of spoken English, and you just listen. That's how you do it. Okay. Hello, I don't know how to say your name. I am South Korean. How should I study English? I have a video on this, but it's in Turkish. If you speak Turkish, you should go watch my video. If not, then you should ask then you should ask someone who speaks Turkish to explain it, because it's a very long video and I can't explain it all now. But yeah, lots of listening, lots of speaking, lots of no translating. Lots of listening, lots of speaking, and as little translating as possible. Okay. This is a good question. All right. To keep track of. So to like follow, to keep tabs on, that's even less common. To keep up with. So for example, a child, a parent might want to keep track of a child. So the parent might give the child a phone so that he can, keep track of the child. Hey, where are you? Something like that. You can go online and see different places where keep track of is used, and that should help you. But to keep up with, to follow, to keep tabs on, something like that. Go over has lots of different meanings, so it could be like ashmak, something like that. It could also mean like you go over. So it's like to review something. So if we've learned something in the past, it could be like to review, to go over that again, to say it again. It can mean that. I could say like, hey, how did your job interview go over? Do we say that? I think we say that. How'd that go over? That didn't go over well. That's common. So you could say, how was your job interview? I could say, it didn't go over well. It didn't go over well. You can say that. Okay. Hi, Zach. Could you explain to me the differences between somebody and someone? Where should we use them logically? I don't know. I've never thought about it. Let's think about it. I need someone to help me. I need somebody to help me. Okay, those are the same. Can someone please help me? Can somebody please help me? Okay, those are the same. Someone is calling me. Somebody is calling me. I think they're the same. I don't think there are differences in usage. If there are, then I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. Okay, so. Oh, this is good. Hey, yeah, you can join my Discord server. Minsale, man, something like that. You can join my Discord server and speak English with the people there. They obviously don't speak Korean, so in order to speak with you, they have to speak English. So you can go check that out. What's a good question? Yes, so keep track of would be something like takip but it's not exactly the same as takip. So like, for example, if this person is walking, ben onu takip ediyorum. Ben onu takip ediyorum ya. That's not keep track of. That's different. But for example, if I have cargo, if I have a package, and I want to know the package is in New York, and then it's in California, and then it's in America, I'm keeping track of the package by figuring out where it is at every moment. So it can be like takip etmek, but it's not used in all of the same places. Okay. Do you think linkings are important in speaking? I don't know what linkings are, so you're going to have to help me out there. You are a bald guy. So you need an before bald. You can't just say bald guy. It needs to be a bald guy. So if we're gonna say things like that, we need to say them correctly. All right. Take it easy. See you later, man. They didn't have been indeed. They didn't have been indeed. I don't know what you're referring to. Can you explain your sentence? Can you explain your question? Any slang words you use often? Yeah, I use some slang words. Yeah, I do. It's when I'm speaking with like my family or my American friends or something like that. Arif, can you comment about English teacher Özer Kiraz? And can you make a video about how good he is at teaching English, or at English teaching? If I remember correctly, he doesn't. So he has videos on his YouTube channel, but you're not really learning from him. It's not his mouth producing the sounds. So it's I don't really think there's anything to comment about. So he has materials that you can learn from, and they're good materials. Yeah. So even if he isn't particularly good at English, I don't know if he is. But even if he isn't particularly good at English, if he's not the one, teaching or making the sounds or whatever, showing you the sentence structures, then it's not really that big of a deal. If he's just kind of explaining the material, yeah. I studied music, so I'm a musician. I studied music. That's what I did. I studied music in college. The word get has probably dozens of usages, so I can't explain that right now. I asked if he wanted to make a video, or if he wanted to do a live stream, and he never got back to me. So if he wants to, do a live stream, I will gladly let him come on and and argue with me. But if he doesn't, then whatever. Yayına beğenebilir misiniz? Yayına beğenebilir misiniz? Gayet güzel bir. That's a wonderful question. Beğenebilir misiniz? Let's take a look. Right now, how many people? 233 people have liked the video. And there are 214 people watching right now. Daha beğenmemişseniz lütfen aşağı inip böyle bir tıklayın. Ve şimdi devam ediyoruz. Okay, so yeah, neither and either. So if I wanted to say like, I am neither Turkish nor, I don't know. That's not a good. What else? That's not a good example. So in America there are. So there's feminism, right? There's feminism, and then no, let's not do that example. Anyway, if we wanted to talk about women's rights in Turkey, if we wanted to talk about women's rights in Turkey, I could start by saying, listen, I am neither a woman nor Turkish. I am neither a woman nor Turkish, but, and then I could talk. So that would mean I am not a woman and I am not Turkish. If I were to say, what's a good example? I am either, if I am recording a video, I am, that's not a good example. Either, okay. If I am speaking, I am either speaking English or speaking Turkish, or I am speaking either English or Turkish, because I don't know any other languages. So either English or Turkish. So in that case, it's one or the other. Yabu, yabu. In the other case, it was nebu, nedebu, like that. So either would be like one or the other. Neither would be none of them. Are you a Nazi? Are you a Nazi? Let's say it right, guys. How can I move to the US or Canada? I just want to go. I don't know how you can do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Never done that. Okay. So the first one is woman. Woman. The second one is women. So it's one woman, two women. Woman, women. Can you explain the third and mixed conditionals, how to use them and when to use them? Which one is that? Can you tell me which one that is? Nargis, can you tell me which one that is? I'm not sure. I don't remember which one that is. Yayına birini Azek Baba Crispy istiyoruz. Do we want to get somebody on here? Does somebody want to come join me? I don't know if we should do that. That didn't go well last time. All right. Can you sing an Ed Sheeran Photograph, please, at the end of this live? I don't know that song. What song is that? I do know some Ed Sheeran, however you say it. But I don't think I know that song, Photograph. No. Any book is good. A book is a book. So any book that is written for Americans or that is written for English people is good. Any book. They're all the same. Yeah. Where is your hat? It's probably on the couch. I didn't think about putting it on. I like to keep, never mind. Yes, so I don't have my hat on right now. How do you pronounce now? Now. İngilizceye baştan başlamak isteyen birine hangi kitabı önerirsiniz? İngilizce bir kitaptan öğrenilecek bir şey değildir. Yani bir dil sonuçta. Yani sadece bir yazılı şekli değil. Yani bir dil. Yani konuşulan bir şey. Yani duyulan bir şey. O yüzden bir kitap önermem. Şimdi beynim İngilizce modunda. İngilizce geçiyorum. Alright. So, I have trouble speaking English, or I have trouble speaking Turkish immediately after speaking English. Like, I have to get in the zone. I have to, like, get into Turkish mode or English mode. I can't, like, go back and forth very easily. To learn a language is to have one more window from which to look at the world. I agree. I agree with that statement. I'm tired. Why isn't there any song in the background? I don't know. Do you want a song? I could do that. I can make one. Zack. You didn't say Zack. Do you like Turkish sweets like baklava? Yes, I love baklava. But I love all food. So I love baklava. I love kadayıf. And I love... My new favorite is dondurmalı helva. Helva var ya. So you have the dondurma, you have the ice cream underneath, and then the helva on top, and then they put the tahin on top. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. It's like 8,000 calories in like this one little, in this little cup, but it's so good. You guys want me to play guitar? I could play guitar. Let's get a sound. Let's get a song request that I know. Başkan gitarla 500 miles. I could walk 500 miles. That one? That's a terrible song. That's a horrible song. Here, let me see if I can do it. I've never played this song before. I could walk 500 miles, and I could walk 500 more to be a man who walks 1,000 miles. Da da da da da da. It's a horrible song. That's a terrible song. I don't approve of you even asking for that song. I can do Billie Jean. I can do Simple Man by Lynyrd Skynyrd. We can do that too. I'm probably better at Billie Jean, but my voice is kind of going out. I've been talking for an hour. Here, let me see if there are any other requests. And then try künefe. I have lived in Turkey for almost 6 years. I assure you that I have tried künefe. Probably more than you. Okay. All right. So, well, that's not me. That's not for me. Where did that go? Do you go Dutch? Go Dutch typically refers to when a man and a woman on a date pay separately. They pay for their food separately. So when I hang out with my girlfriend, I usually pay. Sometimes she asks to pay, so I let her pay. But other than that, I typically pay for everything, which is why I don't have any money. All right. I don't know where it went, where Billie Jean went. All right, let's do this one. She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. Said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who will dance on the floor and around. Said, I am the one who will dance on the floor and around. She told me her name was Billie Jean, and it caused a scene. Every head turned with fast to dream of being the one who will dance on the floor and around. Alright, here we go. Mother always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. Stand beside right by me with the smell of sweet perfume. It happened way too soon, and then she led me to a room. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. That was a little. That high note at the end didn't come out as easy as I wanted it to, but that's okay. All right. Well, let me get to some more questions. Hey, can somebody put the link for my Discord channel on here? For Mo, I don't know how to say his name, but can somebody put the link for the Discord channel right here? Okay. Umut, I don't know that song. I sincerely apologize. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever heard it. You should... I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard that song. Which shampoo do you use? I use all of them at the same time. That's how I achieve this style. Okay. Rest in peace, MJ. Yeah, he was a pretty good entertainer, just to say the least. Hi Zach, your native tongue is English, but you have learned Turkish as well. Do you think in Turkish? Yes, I think in Turkish sometimes. Sometimes I intentionally think in Turkish rather than English, just because I want to get good at Turkish, because I like understanding people and I like being able to talk to people. So that's why I try to get as good in Turkish as good at Turkish as I can. Amerika'da olsa ünlü olmuştu şimdi. No. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Bir şarkı olsan hangi şarkı olurdun? I would be maybe Simple Man. Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. You know, it's because I'm a simple guy. I'm not terribly I'm not terribly complex. Wholesome means like you look at the whole picture. So whole, like between, something like that. Some people use the term bütünsel to mean like holistic, like a holistic approach to like recovery or rehab or something like that. They would use the term like bütünsel or something like that. So wholesome is actually no, that's not what it means. Wholesome. Well, that's hard to describe. Wholesome. I don't know how to explain it. I would have to think about it. Send me a message. Hey, Kedem, send me a message on Instagram, and maybe we can talk about it. Do you believe in astrology? No. No, I don't think that the month in which I was born has a particularly large impact on a person's life, or any impact, really. I guess maybe the weather around the different points of your development, maybe that could have some sort of impact on your life. Probably not. Yeah. Beside would mean like next to, so like yanında, so like yan tarafında, yani yanında, beside. My guitar is beside me right now, my guitar. Near is not necessarily next to, or it could be next to, or in front of, or behind, or diagonal, but it's just close. So near means close, whereas beside would mean like next to, yanında. Okay. Do you have any plans for the near future, or do you live without? I don't know. In the near future, if by near future you mean this year, no, not really. I want to continue doing stuff on YouTube. I have some other musical stuff that I want to do, but that's just for me. That's just for fun. Other than that, no, I don't really have a lot of long-term goals. Okay. What would you suggest for someone who is trying to complete B1 level English? I would suggest the same thing to you that I would suggest to anyone else. yeah, so I mean, I have a video called İngilizce nasıl öğrenilir. It's all, no matter what level you're at, it's all going to be the same stuff. Some things might be too hard, some things might be too easy, but the way that you utilize them is going to be exactly the same, or almost the same. İngilizce'de hazır lafı açmışken nasıl denir? I'm not sure. Hazır lafı açmışken. Oh, you're so you, in English you can say speaking of guitar, I play guitar. Or speaking of YouTube, I want to start a YouTube channel. Speaking of. All right. I think I know grammar well, but I sometimes want to talk fluently and then I make a few mistakes. How can I fix it? I do the same thing in Turkish. If I like slow down and think, I don't really make a lot of grammatical mistakes. And when I do, I'm aware of it. Like I know that I'm not sure about something. But I don't care. Like I want to talk. I want to hang out and talk to people. So I usually speak really fast and sound stupid and mispronounce things and make grammatical mistakes. I guess the only solution is to speak slower, speak more slowly, or that's the only real thing. That's the only real way that I can think to solve this problem is to slow down, speak more clearly, speak more slowly, and yeah. Ayşe Yüzlü diyor ki, what do you think about Turkish people? Which ones? Which Turkish people? I mean, there's good Turkish people, there's bad Turkish people, there's smart Turkish people, there's stupid Turkish people, there's I don't know, physically fit Turkish people, there's really fat Turkish people. Which Turkish people? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what's going on in that question. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Have you ever tasted çiğ köfte? Yes, I have tried çiğ köfte. When I first came to Turkey, I ate çiğ köfte. I had only been here for like a week. I didn't speak Turkish at all. I knew nothing, or I knew very little Turkish. So like I just saw a restaurant. I didn't know what çiğ köfte was. I didn't know what this restaurant served. And I was like, okay, I'll go here. And I was like, aç ben. I was like, and the lady made me like a çiğ köfte thing. It was like 7 lira. Like it was like 5 years ago. And then I got sick for 2 months. I was ill. I was sick for 2 months. So then like psychologically, I like couldn't eat çiğ köfte anymore. But now I can. Now I can eat çiğ köfte. I don't really like it, but I can still I can eat it like psychologically. Ayşe says good Turkish people. Well, I think that good Turkish people are good. Yeah, so that's how that works. Have you ever been in a situation that your proverb in your mind can't be translated into the language you're speaking? Sure, yeah. Sometimes when I'm speaking English, I'll say like, İngilizce'de şöyle bir şey diyoruz. Şöyle bir atasözümüz var. I'll say something like that. And then I'll try to translate it. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. And then I'll say the same thing in English. I'll be like, in Turkish, we say this. And then I'll say, oh, I don't know. What's a good atasözü? I can't think of a good one right off the top of my head. But, yeah, I can't think of a good one right off the top of my head. But yeah, I will, I do that all the time. What's your favorite dish in Turkey? I like all of them. I like all food. All food is good. All food is food. In English, why is it not read as it is written in English? What you mean to say is, why is it not written as it is read? That's what you mean to say, logically. Because the spoken language is what's the I can't think of a good word. Primary. Ha. The spoken language is primary. The spoken language is what the language is. The written language is a representation of the spoken language. So rather than saying, why is it not read as it is written, you should say, why is it not written as it is pronounced? We don't say read in English, we say pronounced. And that there's a lot of reasons for that. English has had a lot of, was influenced by French, it was influenced by German, so it's been influenced by a lot of different languages, even a little bit of like Spanish and Italian and stuff, Latin. So a lot of different stuff is mixed up in there, and that's just how it ended up. Yeah, but the spoken language is primary. The written language is a reflection, is a representation of the spoken language. You can't teach a new dog, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Right. So if I was speaking Turkish, I might say something like, yaşlı bir köpeğe yeni hareketler öğretemezsin. Yani İngilizce'de şöyle bir şey diyoruz. Deep, yani. Okay. Ufuk, do you know where your roots came to the USA? It's very interesting that people living in the USA have different ethnicities, but they describe themselves as American. It's a hard thing for a country to achieve. Yeah, most people in America don't know where their ancestors are from, because they're usually from many places. So I know that I have ancestors from Germany, from England, the UK, whatever, and from Ireland, and I know those three. So I can't say I'm German, or I'm English, or I'm Irish. I can't say any of those. So I'm American. Yeah, I'm just me. I'm just who I am. I don't really have to be from somewhere. That's a big difference between Turkish culture and American culture. Anyway, we won't talk about that. That'll get too philosophical. I'm good. How are you? What is the difference between I'm mad at you and I'm mad about you? Mad about you. You wouldn't say I'm mad about you. You would say I'm mad at you. You could say I'm mad about this topic, this situation. I'm mad about a situation. I'm mad at a person. Okay. Yeah, Turks. So you guys are a fairly mixed culture as well. So, if, as the narrative goes, Turks came in from Orta Asya. What is that? Middle Asia? Something like that? And along the way, you mix up with all sorts of different peoples, and then you make it to Anatolia. Anatolia. Yeah, Anatolia. And then you go down into North Africa with the Ottoman Empire, and then you go into, like, Eastern Europe. So you guys are really, really mixed up. So, I mean, it's kind of silly, I think, for people to say, I'm Turkish. And you're like, what does that mean? You're like, what does that mean? So, does that mean that all of your ancestors for the past 1,000 years are Turkish? Well, that's probably not true. Yeah, you guys are pretty mixed up. But you could say, I'm Turkish in the way that Americans say, I'm American. That's totally fine. That makes total sense. But if you're saying it like genetically, I am Turkish, I have Turkish blood, then that's probably not terribly accurate. Eda, you can watch all of my videos. I'm being facetious, but not really. You can watch my videos. If you don't want to watch my videos, you can watch something else, like a sitcom or a TV show or something. You could listen. Don't listen to music. It's not that helpful. Yeah, you can do that. There's tons of stuff on YouTube. Use YouTube. You're on it right now. Utilize this thing called YouTube. Okay. Zack, do you attack the foods in America and the USA when you go to the açık buffet? Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. So in America, açık buffet, what are those called? Buffets. Buffets. In America, buffets are much more common. And it's like one flat price and it's all you can eat. So back in the day, it would be like $15 for all you can eat. And it was great. Or, $17 for all you can eat. And I would eat everything. And they would regret letting me into the restaurant. I can tell you that. Okay. So go cold turkey would refer to trying to stop using. It's typically for medicine, like you use a particular drug or a particular medicine, and you want to stop using that particular drug or that particular medicine, and instead of slowly lowering your dose and lowering your dose until it's gone, you just stop taking the medicine. So most people, instead of taking 5 times a day, they'll take it 4 times a day, and then 3 times a day, and then twice a day, and then once a day, and then they'll stop. That's not cold turkey. But if I just go from 5 times a day to 0, that's cold turkey. I'm going to quit this medicine cold turkey. Okay, here we go, guys. Go bananas would be like to go crazy, to freak out, çıldırmak, something like that. Well, thank you, Eda. All right. I don't know who that is. A lot of people have asked me to look at his videos. Should I expose him? Is that what you guys are saying? I don't know. His English might be good. If it's good, then there's not really much to expose. I could just say, hey, he's good. Maybe not. Hoş geldin. I understand English, but I can't speak. What should I do? You should start by putting punctuation in your sentences. So periods and question marks and stuff like that. That's what you should start with. And then after that, what can we talk about? Well, you need to practice speaking. So to get good at speaking, you need to practice speaking. Ne dediğinden hiçbir şey anlamıyorum. Ne dediğinden hiçbir şey anlamıyorum. That's a strange sentence. Cheval. Do you know anything about YDT, which is the university exam for language students in high school? Can you check out the questions to see if it's easy or not for a native speaker? I think I did a YDT on my YouTube channel. So on my channel, there's a playlist. There's a playlist called Sınav Hazırlığı with Zack. Sınav Hazırlığı with Zack. And I think I did a YDT like 5 months ago or something like that. So you can go watch that. Zack'in Türkçesi Ege'den iyidir. I hope so. Okay. Carry on and continue. Yes, carry on has a much broader meaning. Continue has a much more narrow meaning. So for example, this is just random, but like if someone that I know is like really angry and you're just having a scene, and I could say like, why are you just yelling and carrying on like that? Why are you just yelling and carrying on like that? Why are you just yelling and carrying on like that? So that's another usage of carry on that cannot be, is not, what's the word? Interchangeable with the word continue. Yes. I speak Bosnian and Turkish. Well, good. Okay. Yes, that is correct. Advice is a verb. I'm sorry, advice is a noun. Advise is a verb. Where was it? Someone... We make the third conditional by using the past perfect after if. Past perfect. So like if I had been, like that. If I had been hungry, I would have eaten. If I had been hungry, I would have eaten. Right? Is that what you're referring to? but I'm not sure about the second part of the sentence. If I had learned piano instead of guitar, I wouldn't be a musician right now, or something like that. The second part can actually change depending on whether the effect is in the past or in the present. So for something in the past, I could say, if I had learned, how about this? If I had started learning Turkish sooner, my pronunciation would be better. Would be better. That's like now. I did that sign again. Now. My pronunciation would be better now. Whereas I could say, if I had started learning Turkish earlier, I would have come to Turkey sooner. I would have come to Turkey sooner. Yeah, that's good. I think I answered this. You can watch my videos, man. I have a video called İngilizce nasıl öğrenilir. You can watch that. Were you not afraid to come to Turkey because you had not been to Turkey before? No, I was good. No, not really. A lot of fear going on. What did you want to be in the future when you were a child? So, what did you want to be when you... Yeah, that's good. You could say it like this. I wanted to be a scientist when I was like 6. I didn't know what that meant. But yeah, that was my thing. And interestingly, I have gotten more into the sciences as I have gotten older. All right, here we go. Stuff. Stuff. Staff. Staff. Stuff. Stuff. Staff. Staff. When a relative of our friend dies, with which sentences can we express our sadness to him? Good sentence. Good question. You need a question mark, not a period. But you can say, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for your loss. Or sorry for your loss. Yeah. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry to hear that. If you are... religious in any way, you could say like, I am praying for you, or something like that. Those are common things to say when someone dies. Yes, Q. Q. We don't say Q in America. We say line in America. So food is any thing that is eaten. Food is anything that is eaten. So chips are food, an apple is food, a kebab is food, Adana kebab is food, a manta is food. I don't know. Anything that is eaten is food. A meal is an öğün. Yeah, it's a öğün. It's like you sit down, you eat a large amount. I can't think of a way to explain it, but like in Turkish you have the word öğün. I can't say it very well. Öğün. Yeah, that's pretty much the best way that I know to explain it right now. Crispy is clearly... Crispy taught me English. That's what you guys need to know. All right. I don't know if you were referring to meal, but meal is not like menu. A menu can be a meal, but like I could make some like chicken and rice right now, and that could be a meal. If I just have a snack, that's not a meal. A snack is not a meal. A meal is bigger. A meal is more satisfying. A snack is not a meal, but they're both food. What type of guitar do you play? Are you referring to the brand of the guitar? This guitar is a Taylor. Taylor. It sounds really good. I love the sound of this guitar. I love this guitar. It's great. If you're asking about style, I play anything really. Stylistically, I play pretty much all kinds of music. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Should we watch it? What is it? Should we watch stuff with Turkish subtitles or dubbing, or without English subtitles? I'm going to record a video on this probably Monday and then put it out by the end of the week. So I'll have a video on. I will have a video about this soon. But I have a video on my channel about learning English through TV shows and movies and stuff. So you can learn about my whatever from there, my point of view from there. Çekoslovakyalaştıramadıklarımızdan mısınız? Were you of those whom we were unable to make into citizens of the Czech Republic? Something like that. I can't get the first part right. If I can get the first part right, laştıramadıklarımızdan mısınız? That's easy, but it's the first part. Çekoslovakyalaştıramadıklarımızdan mısınız? Okay. All right, so I can speak English and understand what people say, but I want to improve myself. Do you think I can learn English at a native level by watching English series without English TV shows without subtitles? You probably won't speak like a native ever. You might. You probably won't. I don't expect to ever speak Turkish like a native. Ever. Like, my girlfriend is Turkish. Even if we get married, if I speak Turkish all day, every day, I probably won't ever speak like a native. So, don't get your hopes up too high. You can try. Get good. Get better. But don't have your expectations, your target, too high. Okay. So we're taking that off. All right. All right, let's get another one. What's this? Have you ever seen a foreigner whose native language is not English speak better than you? No. I mean, you don't speak better than a native. You speak like a native. There's no, I mean, that's the point. That's the goal. Yeah, that's what the language is. The language is how natives speak. That's what the language is. So once you learn the language, you speak like the natives. There's not really like speaking better than the natives. That's not really a concept. You can have people who speak more or less like natives, but speaking better than the natives. I'm not really sure what that means. All right, guys. Well, our friend is saying goodbye. Umutbe is saying, will you invite me to your wedding? I would love to invite you all to my wedding. That would be crazy. Because none of my family would come because it'll be in Turkey, like if it happens. Yeah, so if I were to get married, it would be in Turkey. And I would invite all of you. And none of my family would come, but all of you would be there. And you would be my family. That's right. All right, guys. Well, I have been talking for an hour and a half. I just saw this. Acı would mean spicy or hot. They're both the same. I have been talking for an hour and a half, and my voice is about to die. So I think I am going to get off of this live stream. But I thank you all for listening. Hopefully we can hang out sometime. We can have another live stream. I'll be on Discord every now and then. Whenever I get on, I do an @ everybody so that everybody knows that I'm on. So make sure you have your Discord, whatever, notifications on. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next live stream. Later.